BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it out. It's Pringle. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today. But it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need...
He's loose on the right. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Right there.
As a coach,
right, that was like
your offense can take the field for the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running? Hitting a home run early in this game, you know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's White. At the 35, he's got room. Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, BYU!
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, and there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up a throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Gonna run it. It's Pringle. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They tried to fool him with the run on third down, and they're looking at fourth and plenty of work to do.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. And that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Long way to go on second down. There he goes. The 50, the 40, the 30, at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, BYU. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Pringle. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's Ncaa to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Ripped past midfield. Finally stopped at the 42, and that's the kind of chunk play that gets drives going.
And I don't know as a defense on third down how you let that guy be wide open. You can let the tight end be wide open, maybe a running back leaks out. You're not letting one of the best wide receivers in all of college football be that scot-free. That was just way too easy for the offense.
No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
Throwing, Ncaa. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Well, I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off. Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Turning it on. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Ncaa. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Miami! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. Fires to the wideout. Left side is Smith. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. On first down, here comes this offense. Fresh center downs going to the air. Throws toward the end zone. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Ncaa from the gun on third down. Throws it deep. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. And the Hurricanes are in the hurry-up.
And that had to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no rhyme or reason why a receiver should be that wide open, that deep down the field. Defense, they better check themselves.
Here's Ncaa to throw. Finds his target. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play. And that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. And holding call threw him in reverse. Now it's second and long. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, it's Pringle. Snowed under by the defense. We've played one, and we are right back to where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Here's Ncaa to throw. Fires downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. He stopped, and he's got enough to move the chain. BYU lines up quickly.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the 1st down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Drops back on 1st down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. From the 42, if they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple yards short.
And I think one thing people don't take into account is not all 4th downs are created equal. Like, right, this is a shorter 4th down. You're on your side of the field. You're down. You're trailing in the football game.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
The defense comes up big time on the 4th down play, trying to get the stop, making sure he doesn't get a 1st down. The fumble, it's just the icing on the sundae. That's fine. We'll take it, but more importantly, they got the big stop and turnover on downs.
Oh, he's got some space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
And he tacks on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get some.
Oh, there's an alley on the left. The 30. Past the 20. And he scores! Touchdown, Cougars. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he made the extra point without problem. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make the play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Second and long here. Rumbles all the way down to the 6-yard line before it goes out of bounds, and he gives them a first and goal. Trying to establish the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Using his feet. Touchdown, Hurricane! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's just so nice to have a signal ball who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight.
It's a seam wide open into enemy territory and out of bounds.
And it's just a pick-your-poison thing for this defense. They decide to play man-to-man, really good coverage in the back end, taking away the pass, but then what happened? The quarterback sees it. Not only does he see it, everybody trailing their guy, so much space for him. He takes off and makes the huge run for this offense.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. I want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
He'll pitch it. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And the Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Run for the quarterback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up all. The whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Throwing, Ncaa. Fires to the middle. Makes the catch. It's Jacobs. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Right down the middle. He makes the catch. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Working the ground game. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Ncaa. Under pressure. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job. There's no gain on the play. Now the Cougars are going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Ncaa from the gun on 3rd down. He wants to take the top off. And it's picked off at the goal line.
Oh, and those are one of those plays where you just start scratching your head. And you're like, wait a minute, you're going the wrong way. It was a nice interception, but you can tell lost his bearings, lost his compass, lost his mind. Whatever he lost, he goes the wrong way. I promise you, all week that will be shown in the defensive meeting rooms, and they will be laughing and pointing and making fun of the young man for going the wrong direction.
Running through contact. Nice pickup, gets it to the 20. They move the sticks, and they can still stop the clock. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. lost a pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Timeout taken by BYU at second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Rush right in his face. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll try the right side. And they'll stop him short of the first down, and they've got a timeout if they want to try to get the ball back before halftime. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. The Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to have to strike this ball well in the face of this howling wind. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters into the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Eastern Michigan taking on the Ball State Cardinals.
And the returner goes down. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. It's inside. It's White. He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to make the play on 4th. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half tornado before. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football, so good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back finding his crease.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Keeps it himself. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
Converts on 4th down. Still going. Touchdown, Miami. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make...
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Wants to throw one first. Throws to the wideout. Open on the left side, it's Smith. To the house. Touchdown, Cougars! Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. From the gun, looking for a man. Right side, it's Sharp. He's brought down, and that one never had a chance, and the 2-point conversion attempt fails. Fielded in the end zone. It's Pringle. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. That Miami offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Here's Ncaa to throw. Going over the top. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. Trying to take it back. The 10. And just an outstanding return. Takes it back to the 7-yard line. And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Stepping to the right. Got rid of it just in time.
Man, got to give credit to this defense. The sudden change situation, they barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Out wide right, it's Casper. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Now on the move. He's not going to... There, he needed 2 yards, but he just got 1, and the defense comes up with a stop. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Throws it off the RPO. He's loose at the 15. Gets it out past the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 1st down as this offense tries to put together a long drive. And the Canes come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Keeps it moving. It's Pringle. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Man, I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Throwing, Ncaa. Look out! And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, this offense would take shots. They know they have targets that can fly, push down the field vertically. Nice job in coverage there.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. The play fake. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Oh, this is a bad, bad shank. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking for room, it's White. What a run to get them into enemy territory, and he's out of bounds at the 40.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. halfway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Running inside, it's White. Gain of 8 is now 3rd and 2. BYU right back to the line. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
This is a design run. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. BYU has this offense clicking.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. The offense coughs it up. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, that's a big mistake, and listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
Trying to get the corner. Finds a little bit of room. Picks up 4 out to the 13.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
Quarterback will keep it. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Rid of it on the RPO. Across the 25, he's got room. There he goes. He's inside the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
And that's perfect for this offense. Backed up towards your own end zone, make a play to create space, get some momentum going on this drive. Just what the offense needed to start this thing.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. That holding call backs him up 10. It's now 1st and 20. They'll move the wide receiver. Maybe a double pass. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Canes. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot. In the 4th quarter, you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He slides past the 1st down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long. The Cougars want to crank the tempo.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the 1st down. Now you got to keep it going.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
2nd and long here. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. That's caught, it's Sharp. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Out wide left, it's Sharp. Across the 45. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Flip it out to the back on the screen. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
This guy has done a lot of work carrying the football, traditionally running it, and now they're trying to sprinkle it to him in the screen game as well. That's a good idea. If they're going to win this game, you just need to force-feed him the football as many different ways as possible. I like mixing in the traditional running back screen there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Unloads it left. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He'll set up to throw. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unleashes to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Now, Wade just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Snapped on 4th down. He wants it all. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And now you start to feel desperate because down by multiple scores, the clock running out, under 2.5+ minutes left on the clock. I got to do everything right now. I have no margin for error. My defense on this next possession, I have to get a 3-and-out. I have to force a turnover. I have to do something to get me back in this ball game right now.
Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Moves to his right. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Ncaa. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Timeout taken by BYU in 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. On the return. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Throws to the tight end. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Needs it here on 4th down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, BYU! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished with a bang, a 71-yard scoring strike. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
Then try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Run ends there.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. RPO complete. That'll be a first down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy late in games that you know you can trust. Game on the line. Just need to get one first down. And Palmer, they can run it. They can play it safe. But they give it to their dude, and he delivers.
And that's a play that they can run in their sleep, too.
And the ball's free in the backfield. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, I tell you what, those backup running backs, they don't get very many opportunities to prove themselves and deserve more carries and show the coaching staff. And when you do, and you fumble on the first carry, you're not going to get many more opportunities either.
Quick give. It's White. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing and need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
This is such an interesting moment for the offensive coordinator because you're already in field goal range with an opportunity to tie this game and send it to OT, but you want to be aggressive and you believe in your own playmakers to step up, and that's why they're still being aggressive in throwing the football, but there's a huge risk component with that. You can't take sacks and you can't turn it over. What do you do here if you're on offense?
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Center down's going to the air. Fires to the wideout. Got it! Touchdown, BYU! They've got the lead here in the 4th. 3rd touchdown of the game. A 3rd of his season total. He now has 9 on the year. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a late touchdown in the final minute that is likely the game winner here. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. Great place to start for this offense. Making the adjustment on the play. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Jacobs. Timeout is called with just a single second left. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Here comes the heat. And that is how we will wrap this one up.